10 long movies. 10 long movies. We're finally at the finish line. We have crossed it. We have finished all 10 of the X-Men movie series. And today on this episode, movie breakdown, series review, we are going to finally review it. We're going to do a complete series review of the X-Men series and give it a final grade to this giant saga. These 10 movies over from 2000 to 2019, pretty much 2 decades. We are doing this today. Let's go ahead and hop into it on this episode of Movie Breakdown. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdown Series Review. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's Movie Breakdown? The movie review series, we're looking at new and old movies, give them a grade, plus and minus due count. Also got series in here, we give them a grade, plus and minus due count. And that grade is A through F. And is there a series one to review, a movie one to review? Put in the comments below. I get to it as best I can. I also have a Patreon, Patreon/Ali Zakka. And on this Patreon, you get first come, first serve. You ask for a review, I get to it immediately because you're paying for my services. This is what I do. I'm doing it for you. Also have other content on there, different tiers. And other content, you get movie review, trailer reactions, trailer, first thoughts, and other stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get into today's episode of Movie Breakdowns, movie review, series review of the complete X-Men movie series. You guys seen all the videos. You guys seen what it's about. You have the first 3 from the early 2000, X-Men 1, 2, and 3, or X-Men Last Stand. You got the Wolverine saga, Wolverine Origins, the Wolverine Logan, and you finish it off with the new version of the reboot with First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and Dark Phoenix. And you know what? Over these 10 movies, I have enjoyed this series. I enjoyed it. There's some movies that are really bad. There's some movies that are like, yes, epicness. But it's all good. Like, I enjoyed this series. I thought it was a fun one to watch. And watching the order I did, watching chronologically order, I'm not sure I couldn't say that word, chronologically order, watching that order and watching First Class first, and then watching Wolverine Origins, and then watching X-Men 1, 2, and 3, followed by the Wolverine, followed by Days of Futures Past, and so on. Watching that order gave me more appreciation when I got to watch the first X-Men movie again and seeing Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and Hugh Jackman and Wolverine for the first time, like seeing those guys. And matter of fact, speaking of Hugh Jackman, I would love to ask him, if I see him in person, how does it feel? Or how did it feel? And he'd be like, what? Carrying a weight of a franchise on your back. Because Hugh Jackman legit carried the X-Men franchise. Wolverine was this franchise. This franchise was about Wolverine. Pretty much. All the way up to Dark Phoenix, Wolverine was in every single movie. And you can say, well, First Class is not about Wolverine. He was there. He just didn't join in. But he was there. And First Class is actually a good one where Wolverine was there, but he wasn't the focus. He was just there for a side character. But like, that was a good one where they didn't really use Wolverine like that. They put him in as a funny joke. But that I feel like was the first one that actually built up the other characters than Wolverine. But X-Men 1, 2, and 3, Origins, the Wolverine, Days of Futures Past, Logan, which is obviously Logan's movie. I just felt like they really hit on Wolverine. In Apocalypse, they took a whole side journey, a whole side mission in the movie to get to Wolverine in Apocalypse. They didn't need to do that. So this series is definitely more Wolverine than anything. This is more of his story, and the other X-Men are kind of just there. Which is fitting because you have to show the Wolverine and the X-Men that also brings that up too. Where if Wolverine is the main focal point and the X-Men are kind of there. So like, we get it. People love Wolverine, and I think Wolverine fandom really got bigger because of the X-Men movies. But yeah, I just felt like this series mostly about Wolverine. And any other time where they let me down off, when they were trying to build up other characters. They was able to build up Magneto and Charles Xavier in the First Class movie and got Mystique a little more built up, but like Jean Grey with Dark Phoenix, they didn't really do much to build her up. So the Dark Phoenix saga never really felt like it held weight. In the Last Stand movie and in the Dark Phoenix movie, the Jean Grey saga never really felt like it got the weight it deserved. It just like, oh, we're doing another Dark Phoenix movie. Here we go. Let's throw everybody else together. Which Dark Phoenix should have been something that happened at the very beginning of it. Like Jean Grey should have been in to make that feel like just so much gravitas, make it feel like something. Especially for the Sophie Turner. Yeah, it's not Sophia. Sophie Turner versions. I think if they would have had her in Days of Future Past, I know they couldn't do it, continuity wise and timeline wise, they couldn't put her in Days of Future Past. But I think if you introduce her in Days of Future Past and then let her be in Dark Phoenix as like a established character where everybody kind of grows her and she's more a focal point, more the main character. So when in Dark Phoenix, when she loses it or get the Dark Phoenix ability and can't control it, it feels like it carries more weight. And it's like, oh man, I don't want to see this character go down like this. We never really got that. And same thing with Famke Janssen in the first 3 movies. She was there in X-Men 1, but she was just there kind of. And then X-Men 2, you see she's messing with some stuff, not really focusing right and trying to harness her ability. And then X-Men 3, she just like, boom, takes over. And then she was kind of a side character because the more of the series about the cure and about, mutants versus humans and whether or not mutants want to be normal again. So the cure was more the main thing in the first 3 X-Men series. It went from, the first 3 X-Men movies, it went from like mutants trying to make everybody mutants, Magneto trying to make everybody mutants. And then the second one was like, what's his name? Stryker trying to get rid of mutants. And the third one was like, let's have the option to cure mutants. They want to be cured. They don't have to be cured. And then the government's like, if any bad mutants take over, we just strip their powers away. And Jean Grey just kind of got tossed in there. And I don't think the Dark Phoenix saga really needed to be in this series. I don't think it needed to be. I think the first 3 movies was perfectly fine with the concept of humans versus mutant and whether or not mutants want to be humans and whether or not humans want to be mutants and all that stuff. I think that was a main good solid storyline with Wolverine being the focal point. That's fine. And then the Last Stand group, or not the Last Stand, but the First Class group, I think their saga would have been done better if it just had Charles Xavier and Magneto dealing with their problems together and them still trying to focus on, how can we coexist? How can we not coexist? Because Magneto in this series, in the bottom half of the series, wanted to be alone half the time. After the first 2 movies, he was like, I'm done. Let me just be me. Let me stay off my own. I keep getting brought back into problems because life just can't be normal for me. And the reason why life could be normal for him because based off his past experiences and what he did. So it all kind of made sense like it came back and bit on the butt. But he was just trying to do his own thing. He was trying to have his own mutant compound, mutant like ground, safe haven, and Dark Phoenix, and kind of gets brought out of it. And he's like, I just want to be by myself. Let me be. Let me live my life. And I think the X-Men series, the First Class version, should definitely been more just Xavier and Magneto trying to clear out their differences and just their ideology. I can't say the word now. The ideology and how they view the point in the world. Like if they just focus on that would have been solid. But the Dark Phoenix, if they want to do the Dark Phoenix right, to make it have gravitas, you have to introduce that from day one. If they do a whole new X-Men series and do the Dark Phoenix again, it has to be the focal. Jean Grey has to be the focal point. She can't be the side character that slowly goes into the focal point. She has to be the focal point. She has to be person that characters grow, that the fans grow to, that the viewers grow to, the viewers get attached to. I never felt like we really got attached to Jean Grey in the First Class series and Jean Grey in the first 3 movies. And I think that suffered the Dark Phoenix saga. Also with that being said, the directors for the Dark Phoenix movies, The Last Stand and the Dark Phoenix movie itself had different directors. Bryan Singer didn't direct Last Stand, he didn't direct Dark Phoenix. Which also, we see how that happened with Star Wars. With different directors, the storyline might not mix up well or mesh up well. And I think that also happened here in this series. I think they would have just kept Bryan Singer on it or just dropped the Dark Phoenix altogether. The series would be a much stronger series. Now let me talk about something I already rant about or raves about, and that is Wolverine. Now, you guys seen my The Wolverine review on that one, and you see how I felt about that one. It's at the bottom half. But Logan, when Logan came out, and I watched it the second time, that was the greatest way to me to end a character, to have the conclusion of a character story come to end. For not just him, but also Charles Xavier. Because Charles Xavier was part of that movie, and Charles Xavier was a part of Wolverine's life. Like, his life changed when Charles Xavier came in. And to have all that and have all the suffering that Wolverine went through from day one to his final days, it is great. And that storyline was done so well. And Logan actually watched my reviews of it. It went from D- to a D+. It went from D+ to a C- to a A-. That is progression. That is purely progression on this series for just the Wolverine movies. Like, it went from bad to good to great. That is how a movie series should go. X-Men, the first 3 movies went from a B to C for me. So that one kind of declined, but the small decline, nothing too bad. They're average movies. And then First Class also declined. First Class series went from A to A- to C+ to C. So like those 2 series of the saga here did decline, but the Wolverine one increased, and I think the Wolverine one by increasing definitely made an impact. Logan was a good movie, great movie I should say, and yeah, they had Wolverine right. Wolverine was the best thing about this series. He was legit the best thing. Now, before I get into, is this a series that you should watch and invest in? Before I get into that series, that question, and get into the final grade of the whole series, let's talk about some standout characters to me, standout stars in this series. Hugh Jackman, phenomenal. Wolverine, great. James McAvoy and Sir Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier in this series, great. Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender as Magneto, great. Just phenomenal, phenomenal. Other characters, I would shout out Jennifer Lawrence in this and say she did a great job, but I felt like towards the end of it all, her character got pushed to the side character. Like Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique in First Class, Days of Futures Past, was really like, she was bringing it. Like, her character, the writing, not her, but the writing for her character brought it. They made you feel like she was an important character. And then in Apocalypse and, Dark Phoenix, she got killed off in Dark Phoenix within the first hour of the movie, and then in Apocalypse she was there, but she never really had that much weight. Like, they just kind of writing her to the side. And if Jennifer Lawrence in the first movie she was in, she did great. She did great, and then the writing for her it killed her. Like Anna Paquin for Rogue, the writing for her really did not do her justice in The Last Stand, a character who is very important part of the X-Men first 2 movies. In the second movie, she also got put to the side, kind of. So I gotta get mad at the writing for the fact they ruined, to me, Anna Paquin and Jennifer Lawrence in that series. They didn't do it well. Whether that was backstage politics or whatever the case may be, where they're just backstage politics like WWE, where maybe the actors the actresses like, you know what, I don't really want to do that much of a role anymore. I don't know, I wasn't there. But just from what I seen on screen, those characters got written off to the side, and it sucked that they did. So, but Anna Paquin as Rogue, for her first movie, I thought she did great. And Jennifer Lawrence in, Apocalypse, The Days of Future Past, and First Class, phenomenal. I thought I did great as well. And Sophie Turner, let me double check that. Yes, Sophie Turner as Jean Grey in the Dark Phoenix movie, I thought she did great. And if we got more her focus point on Apocalypse, and could have got her in Days of Futures Past, I think the Dark Phoenix saga would have more weight. But those characters I really want to give a shout out to. I guess let me give a shout out to Nicholas Hoult and also Kelsey Grammer as Beast. I thought Kelsey Grammer did a great job as Beast in the Last Stand movie. Wanted more of him, but Nicholas Hoult as Beast, he's been there, in First Class. He was there in Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse, and of course Dark Phoenix. And his character design also changed, like the design of the Beast costume changed. But I like the fact that he stuck with it, and somebody we got to see over and over again. And Nicholas Hoult was fine. He went from the nerdy character to somebody who's more of a strong, like, I'm gonna fight for what I want kind of character. And nerdy's not the word to say it. Somebody who was passive, somebody who wasn't really confident in themselves, to the character who's like, you know what, fudge this, I'm turning blue all day long. And shout out, I shout out Nicholas Hoult for doing a good job in that role. I thought he did great. And everybody else, Halle Berry as Storm in the first one, she did great. I thought she was fine. Like, she wasn't really much of a character into the Last Stand movie, and she really didn't get much of a role in that. So really, it just comes down to Hugh Jackman, Charlie Xavier, which is James McAvoy, Sir Patrick Stewart, and Sir Ian McKellen, and Michael Fassbender really are like the main focal points of this series. Jennifer Lawrence, if they would have gave her more in Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, would have been great. And Sophie Turner, if she had more of a role in the other series, would have been great. I feel like they really focused on those guys, those four, or really wasn't like Patrick Stewart was there for 5 movies. Yeah, so really, no focus on those guys, really. And Hugh Jackman, I think those 5 guys was the more focal point of the series. And they did great. They did great. Like, those like your main characters, to be honest. Is this series a series you should watch, with friends, family, get together, like, are we going to do the X-Men series? Yes and no. I would, if you're going to do the X-Men series, I'd definitely do the First Class series and X-Men 1, 2, 3. You can skip some of the Wolverine stuff and watch Logan, to be honest. So, I'll say yes, go ahead and get together with your friends and family, watch it. And grading time. I'm going to grade the X-Men series, the complete movie series, a B-. I did the math. You can watch every review. You can see the grading of it. But I did the math, and it came out to be a 79.8 on the overall scale with the grade. And I was like, 79.8. Let me just go ahead and round up, 80. So B-. It's a B- series. I did enjoy this series. I will watch some of these movies here and there. Like, I probably will watch Dark Phoenix again. I definitely gonna watch X-Men Origins. No, that movie's a horror movie. It's one of my favorites though. It's a guilty pleasure. I'm gonna watch Logan again. I'm gonna watch Last Stand. I'm gonna watch X-Men 1. First Class is gonna be on repeat, and Days of Future Past is gonna be on repeat. So those movies, I definitely watch again. This series has been a fun series. Like, when Logan died, Wolverine died in Logan, and Charlie Xavier died in Logan, I felt that. I felt everything they went through. And maybe because I was watching the series, back to back to back, so I got to sit there and witness, instead of watching over years, I got to sit there and witness exactly what's happening next. So when their death happened, I felt gravitas. I felt like, oh, my heart. Versus, Mystique dying, I was like, I don't feel that much. I feel like they kind of let her go, and I don't really feel that much. Versus, Jean Grey turning Dark Phoenix and she betraying her friends, I didn't really feel that much because it happened so quick. But like Logan, I think that is the pinnacle, and First Class are the pinnacle of the X-Men series. I have First Class above Logan. I have First Class as an A, and Logan's an A-, but that's a CGI reason. But storyline, it's great. And I think this series is definitely those movies are definitely worth the watch in this series. And the Logan story, and seeing everything he went through, and seeing everything Charles Xavier goes through, and realizing like, oh man, like they've been through a lot, and this is the end of the days for them, is chef kiss, and a good way to send off the series. And I definitely think that one should have been the last movie in the series. It made everybody feel a lot better versus Dark Phoenix. And yeah, I'm curious to see where the series goes in the future. I know that Disney has the MCU has the X-Men in their back pocket now, so I'm curious to see how they're going to do the X-Men series now. I'm curious to see who's going to be their more focal point. I would love to get more of a Cyclops focal point, get more of Nightcrawler's focal point, get more other characters, Iceman done right. Like, I want to get more of the characters where they are more focal point and more bigger picture than just Charlie Xavier and Wolverine. We already seen that. It's like watching a Batman movie. We don't need another Batman Origin Tale movie. We know what Batman Origin Tales is. Yeah. But, alright, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching the episode of Movie Breakdown Series Review. What are your thoughts? Have you seen all the X-Men movies? Please put in the comment section below. I'm curious what they are. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode. And keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episode of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Keep being awesome.